Arts Weekly, celebrating regional expression, performance, and creativity, is brought to you in part by the Edward D. and Ione Auer Foundation, the Ian and Mimi Rowland Foundation, the family of Dr. Christopher and Kirsten LaSalle, and the support of viewers like you. Thank you.
This is Arts Weekly.
Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm Melinda Haines with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. On the second half of the show, we'll learn more about the new film Cerulean from Alan Eder and Lucas Carter. But first, we'll meet Mandie Kolkman, the Special Events Coordinator for the Philmore on Broadway. Welcome, Mandie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, I'm so excited to have you here because I think that the building that you're in, this Philmore on Broadway, is such a lovely facility. So tell me a little bit about the history of the building and how it's evolved into what it is today.
Sure. The building was built in 1920. It opened in 1923 originally as the Broadway Theater. It's changed hands several times. Most recently, it was Catablu Grill. Mm-hmm. They moved out southwest, and then we were able to take over as the Philmore on Broadway. We've been open and running as is for about 3 years, but we still work closely with Catablu Grill as one of our 3 preferred caterers, along with Club Soda and the Oyster Bar.
So you are more than just a music venue. You really offer a lot of different things at the facility.
We're considered event and entertainment venue. Mm-hmm. We, besides producing music shows for the public, we have a lot of private events. We have wedding ceremonies, receptions, anniversaries, corporate dinners, birthday parties, reunions, any event under the sun we try to accommodate.
That would be pretty neat to have your actual wedding ceremony in a building like that. That's, there's a lot of renovation that's gone on there to.
It has.
But still keeping the flavor of the 20s. What did you say, 20s?
Art Deco style. Yeah, our facility is very cool because it's untraditional. Mm-hmm. So it would be a great place to have that memorable night and celebrate with us, because we really create that in every aspect, from the decor to just even the way that we run the event.
And so how long has it been in its current incarnation as the Philmore on Broadway?
For about 3 years, and hopefully even longer.
So who actually owns it? And tell me about the makeup of the staff.
Sure. Our owners of the Philmore on Broadway are Phil Terrell and local artist Joel Freemion. Mm-hmm. And Joel actually helps bring in some other local talent by providing us with beautiful artwork within the facility. Mm-hmm. So what's really great about the Philmore on Broadway is that we're an event rental space that's not a blank canvas. Mm-hmm. So you come in and you see the Art Deco style, and you see local artwork featured on our walls.
That's nice.
And it's just breathtaking.
Now, so the 3 of you are wearing many hats over there, so you're doing lots of things. But as the special events coordinator, what does that mean? What do you primarily do?
Marketing, event planning, so I'll put together some of our public events. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the private events, although I do not plan their event, whoever's running the space, that's up to them. I try my best to facilitate them as much as possible and help them make sure that their event is perfect. One of the things that we try to do at the Philmore on Broadway is exceed expectations. So if we're able to help make our patrons' event exceed the expectations of even their guests, mm-hmm. then our goal is met.
Oh, well, that sounds like a great place to have all kinds of different parties. One thing I want to talk about is that the name. I think some people might confuse it with the Philharmonic or even some other organizations on Broadway. Tell me how the name came to be.
Well, there is the Philmore out in California, but we are not spelt with the F. I think taking on one of our owner's name, we are PHI.
Didn't even think about that. Okay.
And although we are not the Philharmonic, we have a great stage in our facility. Maybe we'll collaborate with them in the future.
You are about to have the last performer in a blues series. You've had this. How many performers were in this series
Our blues
altogether?
concert series for the spring and summer featured 3 different artists. We first had in Biscuit Miller and the Mix from Chicago, and anybody who came out and saw them saw the deep bottom blues of Biscuit. And then after him, we had in Aaron Williams and the Hoodoo, and they were from Madison, Wisconsin. They're a hip little trio, and they were a blast. We hope to get them back in 2014. And to end our blues concert series tomorrow, we will be featuring Maurice John Vaughn, and we're so excited to have him.
Yeah, I want to hear a little bit more about him. He's from Chicago.
He is
right?
from Chicago as well. Yeah.
We've got a little clip. Why don't we watch the clip and then we'll talk about what makes him a little bit different. So if we can watch and listen to Maurice John Vaughn.
Do this one for Mike. Here at the Blues on Wide. Here you go, Mike. Everything I do got to be funky. Everything I do, he said, got to be funky. Oh yeah. If it ain't funky now, showing no need to do. Let's do that again. Everything I do, say what? Got to be funky. Everything I do, people now, got to be funky. Oh yeah. See if it ain't funky now, it's showing no need to do. Come on, Don.
Don't try to change me. I wanna stay just the same. Don't try to change me. I wanna stay just the same. I want everybody to know Dory is a funky name.
Yeah, I know he's funky.
People all around me, they seem to be funky too. Y'all funky band.
Oh yeah,
People all around me, they seem to be funky too. Listen, if you ain't careful,
he just might get some funk on you and make you funky too. Come on.
That is going to be a wonderful performance. Now, tell me a little bit about him. What does he do that's a little bit different or that makes him special from the other blues performers in your series?
Right. Well, he's what blues enthusiasts call a true blues original. He grew up on the streets of Chicago, had a little bit of a rough start in life, and that's where he actually pulls a lot of his song content and lyrics from, is his childhood. And he also is special because he is a triple threat. So you'll notice in one song, he'll play the guitar, the saxophone, and then he has killer vocals.
Wow, so he is just multi-talented. How many are in his group? Look like there are
I'm
several.
actually unsure of how many he'll be bringing with him
see.
tomorrow night.
Okay.
So it'll be a treat for me. This will be the first time I'm getting to see him live, and a treat for everyone else who's able to come out tomorrow night.
Oh, well, that's going to be a wonderful performance. Now, I just want to talk for a minute about some of the other events that you have coming up over the holidays. Tell me about what's coming up around Halloween. The Monster Mash?
Yes, the Monster Mash. This will be our 4th annual Monster Mash. It was one of the very first events that the Philmore on Broadway ever put on, so we're very excited to be doing it again, and everyone will have to stay tuned for the artist that we'll be featuring, but I'm excited about who I think it's going to be.
And people come in costume to this?
They do.
Oh,
We
that's
have contests, actually, so it better be good costumes. And we're hoping to have a photo booth this year as well.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then over at Thanksgiving or New Year's, you have some?
Right. So we're hoping to have our first annual Thanksgiving Fest, which would be great for those who are coming from out of town to visit Fort Wayne, and give them an opportunity to have a night out on the town before Turkey Day.
Yeah.
And for Christmas, we have our Christmas Gala. Again, people will stay tuned to see who our artists will be. Last year we featured Marks Maxwell. So hopefully, I think it'll still be jazzy tunes, jazzy holiday tunes. And then for our New Year's Eve party, I will invite everyone out to come bring in 2014 with a champagne toast.
Oh, that sounds like it's excellent.
Yeah.
Just going to be fun. Now, the tickets for Maurice John Vaughn, how can they get those?
They are available on our website at www.philmoreonbroadway.com. It's right on our events calendar, which is our homepage. And they'll click on Maurice John Vaughn, get a little bit of more information, and be directed to our ticket sales.
Terrific.
They can also call in, and tickets should be available at the door as long as there's still some available.
They're still
right?
there. Great. And the concert's tomorrow night, Friday,
Tomorrow
August
evening.
9th at what time?
Doors will open at 7:30, and then the live show is going to start at 9.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Mandie, for being here.
Thank
It was
you.
great to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
While we get ready for our next segment, please take a minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. You also can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll be right back with Alan Etter and Lucas Carter talking about their new film, Cerulean.